for SAG insurance, you have to make like $27,000 a year, and like 80% of the people in SAG can't get that insurance because they don't make that much.
Mm-hmm. Is this another reason why they were trying to pull in like YouTubers and stuff like that into it?
Yeah, I think they're trying to expand SAG because they're saying, well, these are actors. Why aren't they in SAG? You know, that's their content. They're making TV shows and movies.
Yeah,
let's get them in the union so that we can have a larger force because there's a lot of stuff's going that way.
Correct. I think SAG would have a lot more force if they had like podcasters in it too. I don't know. I wouldn't be in the union, but like, you know, I know I'd be really upset if some of the podcasts I listen to would be shut down right now. But like most of these movies have been like other than, you know, like have been like other dog crap. So I'm kind of like, woohoo.
We want Dear Leader to pay for our insurance, right?
Man, honestly, if he would just pay me rent, that'd be great. I'd take rent. He's stored all this stuff. He's taken up about 500 square feet of my house and has done nothing with it. I would just go for that. Pretty much would settle for that. Anyways, hello everybody. Welcome to an exciting new episode of Low Key on the Wheelers Players Networks. My name is Harry, aka the Moving Target. We're gonna have a nice fun episode here. So Twitter technically is officially dead. So is Gundam Evolution, and
looking for group.
I didn't even. I should. I was gonna. I haven't looked into that. I don't think we have time for that too. But looking for group officially dead. Which, anyways, looking for group. We're not getting into that. And then I let a fake article trigger the crap out of me. But it's more of like. But like it's all the misinformation around this item because like RV van life versus hotel life is far superior than van life any day of the week. Trust me. Anyone who's like, it's cheap to live in this van. Pfft, small car, hotels, baby. Anyways, but before we get into those topics, let's introduce the cast of characters that we have brought along for this thing. So because you guys all know, I do not go solo. I hate going solo. I bring people with me. So I've got Reinhold with his new background. He's got his ukulele back there. You can say hi. Ukulele. Yeah, ukulele.
It's a little twangers, some couple twangers up on the wall. Yeah. I picked up some little hangers for my guitars, which I thought would look a little bit better than constantly just doing black background with some green screen. So, because nobody else is doing it, so.
I switched up my background. As you can see, the server I have moved
is hidden.
I've ran Cat 6 cable and put it into the basement.
Oh,
because
cool.
That's
drilled a hole in the wall floor, or did you go through the wall?
I drilled through the wall. I've got enough wood to go through the wood, but my thing is like I wasn't too sure what was underneath there, so I didn't want to like do that. So I went through the wall instead. It was safer. Hey, Jackie. All right, the other person we've got introduced, we've got Vincent. Vincent, you know, his background is
the same every time. You know.
Yeah.
Somebody said they're going to give me a green screen, and they just keep forgetting that it exists. So.
It's at the studio. It looks really nice there.
Nobody shall ever see it again.
Yeah. If we ever go live there again, it's right there, ready to go. You know, that'd be fine. Everyone, I like it there.
We'll sort that out eventually.
Yeah, it's there. It does the job. It blocks people from viewing us walk to the bathroom while we're using the other space until we move into the other space. I think it's doing a great job. You know. Anyways. Yeah. So
it's going to give it to you, baby.
Oh, you wanted to get into that first? I figured we'd get that to that last. It's just like that.
Oh, man, we got to bury the lead, man.
Yeah, we bury that. We get the other goofy stuff first, and then we get into the juicy.
You got to tease it, though. You got to make sure we tease it, or people will just go, I'm not going to listen to this and go away. So.
No, I'm bad at teasing. A
lot of people will tell you how I am at teasing. So.
All right.
Mediocre at best.
Wow.
I can tell you some stories.
No, I'm good.
this is a no.
This is not a family show. Don't even start with that.
All right, so let's get into the which will be easy topic. What's the so I always get upset when because like this whole RV thing in the van life because like it's all over YouTube. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, this is cool. This is the best way to travel. You should get an RV and stuff like that." And I always look at them as walking, driving, destructo, like very expensive debt machines. Like these things are designed to basically make you poor. You know, the idea like, oh, I'm gonna have this open freedom. I'm gonna buy this RV and I can go anywhere and park anywhere. It's gonna be cheap because no matter where I go, I've got my home with me. I just gotta park it somewhere. It's gonna be great, awesome.
So is this where I step in and say that my wife has been pushing me to do this for like 2 decades now?
Right on. If you really want to be in some debt, go ahead.
She wants to get so my brother-in-law is a bus driver and they have to buy new buses every so many years. So she's wanting to get one of his older buses, rip it out and fix it all up in the inside. And then we could take all the dogs, which now we have 9, and go on a trip that way. We don't have to worry because you don't have to go. If you go to a hotel, you got to pay, a lot of them that take dogs. She wants to take the dogs with us when we go on vacations. And it's like, I want to get away from my responsibilities.
Not bring them with me.
I'm trying to,
To perfectly honest, hi Christy. If you want something like that, I recommend get you a Kinsworth truck trailer. Fix that up, okay? This way, when you're traveling around, you can at least make money by hauling something. At the very least.
Scout
don't get her started because she's always wanted to be a truck driver.
So that's just a perfect deal. With 9 dogs, just get a sled. They'll pull you there.
But it's no. Don't get them. A lot of them, especially the newer ones, are like built with barely any standards to them. They're halfway glued in. They all leak. If anyone says like, "Hey, my things doesn't leak," that means because they've got up there and caulked it themselves.
Poor Jackie.
Jackie goes, I want van life, don't hurt my feelings. I'm not gonna hurt your feelings. I'm just gonna bring in a little reality, going like, it's very expensive, very cramped. You're gonna poop in a bucket that you're gonna sleep next to. It's not all cracked up what you used to be, and that hotel life is far superior than van life.
Yeah, where's my maid when I had a van? When I'm doing an RV. I don't have anybody coming in making my bed and
maybe I'm
cleaning up after me.
I enjoy getting fresh sheets and hot water. And
Brian's on your side, Harry. Brian's on your side.
Oh, Brian speaks to you, right? Exactly. Yeah, Brian, ethnic last name says Harry speaks the truth. Escal just says, why the F do you people got to make being homeless bougie? Right, exactly.
Yeah, small houses. Living in small houses, that's the other thing too, right? Let's live in this tiny little cute little house. I'm like, get away from me.
tiny,
like 4,000 square feet. How about that?
Hey, living tiny in a big house is great. Okay. Living tiny in a tiny house, not so great. But no, I've seen people. Talked to some people can do it, and I'd like more power to them. But every time I try to think of myself in this world, I just go like, I would prefer like a eco box car, drive where I need to go to, and just sit at a hotel. They're like, well, the hotel's expensive. Like, what? I'm just going to go to a Holiday Inn at like what, max 150, 175 a night. What's the
get you some deals too, man. You can get some deals on some hotels. You go through places. So here's the thing: is I grew up this way, so I don't know how many people still do this. But if you're driving from state to state, if you stop at the rest areas at the state lines, you can pick up these magazines that have coupons.
Oh no!
For cheap hotel rooms, like
Reinhold, what's a magazine? What is that? I don't know what that is.
What's a coupon? What?
Oh, you mean I join a membership and scan it at checkout? That's what you're talking about, right?
Yes. How often can you use the trailer? How much does it cost to insure, store, repair the RV? Exactly. Thanks, bro. Yeah, it's all these expensive things.
What's the interest on the loan that you got for that RV?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So you could do that. You could get a really nice sports car, drive to a hotel, park your car, take your stuff in there. You can have laundry service, all 9 yards, and you're just insuring your car and driving around in your car, Yeah, it's good. Just like I woke up at midnight, so I'll be going to bed soon. But I'm glad I stopped in. Thanks for stopping in.
Who's telling us what a magazine is? It
apparently
goes in a firearm.
Yeah, to educate you, a magazine goes into a firearm.
Yeah, okay, that makes so much more sense. I don't know what these coupon things are, but whatever.
It's those weird sheets of paper they try to hand you when you go to buy things. They shoot it out at the self checkouts.
Oh, the things that go in the trash.
Your CVS receipt is like 4 feet long because of that.
I'm just joking. I don't go to the self checkout. I go to the checkouts. I talk to the cashier.
God damn it, fucking extrovert. see, Harry, that's the other thing. Like, how does the hotel life work with people who don't want to talk to people every day? That's what your thing is.
You go to hotels. Anybody at a hotel? I've never talked to anybody at a hotel.
At least talk to the people to set up the hotel.
I'm one of the most. I'm one of the most introverted people ever, and I used to travel all the time for work. And luckily, I don't have to do that anymore. But I enjoyed it because I go to these hotels and I would put the "Do Not Disturb" sign on my door for the week I was there, and I didn't talk to a damn person. I had automatic checkout when I leave. I didn't have to go up to the front desk. It was great.
Yeah, I go to the front desk. I go to the bar. I meet people at the hotel. Try to meet people on the floor and talk to everyone.
There it is.
Yeah, but you are correct. Yeah, so I had to go to the Target this Sunday to finish up getting school supplies for Gunther, and I'm stuck in this long line, right, of everyone getting school supplies, right, and everyone's just upset and up thing. The next thing I know, I had everyone in a conversation with school they go to. We're talking to everybody. As the line was any longer, I probably could convince everyone to go and let's all go take a trip or something together. And so it was great.
Let's all go to the Oppenheimer. Let's go.
Yeah,
fucking extrovert.
I want to see Oppenheimer at IMAX. I didn't know they were. I didn't see that they actually was having Oppenheimer at the IMAX. And now, like, I don't want to go. That's where I want to see it now. I'm gonna go see it.
There's only a few places that are showing it in the way it's meant to be seen in the 70 millimeter IMAX, which is a specialty IMAX. So I don't know if they even have one in Indy showing.
They do.
Which
Yes.
where's that IMAX at though? They used to have one downtown, but they don't have one there anymore, I think.
Yeah. I have to look it up on my
it's at the museum. That's right.
Yeah.
The one of the museums over there.
Yeah, I got a message from my friend. My friend was like, I'm watching Oppenheimer and they're surfing Manhattans. Manhattan specials. It's great.
Guess what? I'm going to go see it.
What tomorrow? You take off work?
Sick when it's streaming.
Oh,
so wow. I'll house.
Wow. I'm gonna see it streaming. Not on the.
I do have to say, I'm not too worried about it being spoiled for me. Just saying, I might have some knowledge of the history of what's happening. Considering I used to go to a school at a place called Oppenheimer Square.
So did he get what he wanted? Oh, so
exactly. Ron only has time to go see Barbie in theaters. Harry, come on.
God, yeah.
Got to prioritize, man.
Rhino, you're telling me you don't want to be spoiled when the plot twist happens and the Flash shows up and it becomes a DC movie out of nowhere?
Oh, you mean G.I. Joe movie with the Rock the Droid?
That's the twist in the new Oppenheimer movie. The mom doesn't go off.
God, I'm gonna.
Or Mr. Manhattan comes in and
Dr. Manhattan
from happening.
Dr. Manhattan prevents it.
You see that blue dong again.
Oh, in full IMAX.
That's why you got to see it in IMAX, baby. You don't want to miss any of the, veins on that.
Oh. All right, well, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. This platform's, we get banned here. Who cares? Who cares anymore?
I'm glad you had to see them. I'm glad you're seeing them both, Christy.
Oh man. Chris is going to see Barbie tonight. Nice. We want to hear a good review, type of a good review. Tell if it's
What's funny?
If it's woke or not.
The opening theme song is not Aqua singing Barbie World.
How's that funny? That's not funny. That's not good.
No, they did a remix of it.
Yeah, well, that was the thing is they said they're not going to use it. Well, I guess there was a whole Mattel sued the crap out of Aqua for that.
Yeah, Aqua won that lawsuit.
Yeah,
Aqua won the lawsuit, and then they used it in like a commercial. They rewrote the words, but they used the song in their commercials at some point. So, but I guess there was a whole thing that they weren't going to use it in the movie. They were going to use it in the movie, and then they're like, "Okay, we'll do part of a remix. Might have some of it in it." Whatever.
I know. Which is the real reason the most modern movies suck. It's the which we need to probably do a Hollywood episode is because studios suck and they want to. The reason why they keep making new characters, right? The old one because they don't want to pay the old creators. Listen to our new creators. We have better contracts for it. Listen to our new creators. It's better. We get better contract on these. But that's a different episode.
Well, that's the funny thing is that they're like,
I want to get back to the RV. Stop tangenting.
Give me to talk about the reason we even got here is that you got clickbaited so hard.
What's that clickbait? The thing is,
you were like, "Oh my god, this is so sus." It's like, bro, this is literally a website who's selling RV insurance. Of course, they're gonna try to convince people to live RV life, bro. Come on, I was on that page for 2 minutes and go, "Oh, this is bullshit."
I'm not saying like this when I found it like this thing is like a paragon of like truth. It's just more of like, is this how they're selling people's like this whole idea like you can get an RV, it's so much cheaper, it's you got all this freedom, but like no. And the worst thing that most people don't find out, especially when they get in and try to get into RV, is when they try to buy a used one, right? So they buy this used RV. I'm going to get in. I'm going to be the smart one. And then you find out that RV parks have an age limit on your RV. If it's too old, they won't let you park there.
She's parking Walmart at that point.
Not all Walmarts will let you park there. And if you're willing to drive out that far, you might as well go to hit the Holiday Inn and get some points. And I think the Hilton hotels now do dogs. So
if parking your RV in a Walmart is good enough for one of our Supreme Court justices, it should be good enough for anybody.
I do not know this reference.
You don't know this reference? Oh,
no.
Clarence Thomas had his whole movie thing, and he did. It was talking about how he was a regular guy, and he would drive around with RV, and they would park at the Walmart, and it was just great to be a regular Joe. Then we find out he's taking these trips from Harlan Crow all around the world.
Hey, you don't.
Like, okay.
I mean, you go from RV to yacht. It's just he's just leveling up leveling it up. That's all it is.
Hey, it's called hanging out with friends, right?
Hanging with the homies, man. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
Hanging with the homies where they're buying everything for you and you don't have to return the favor in any way, shape, or form. You don't have to pay anything to anybody. You just get free stuff.
First off,
your homies are great.
I will not condemn Clarence Thomas while Nancy Pelosi just sits there and just takes it of actual physical cash. I will not denigrate Terrence Thomas an iota. It's like, we use favors. What about the mound of cash?
What was that about not tangenting from your RV here?
Anyway, back to the RV things. No, it's I think also like getting people like the realization like of RV, like of life when you try to like get to be like, I understand like the whole idea might be easier if you got dogs, something like that, but no, hotels far superior, especially you got to be out there, out of somewhere. I can kind of get the idea of wanting to, go out there and camp in your car. The other thing with camping in your car, roof tents suck. Don't buy them. They're stupid. They're dumb. They look cool. Oh man, do they look cool? They might be cool for festivals, but just understand this: once you've parked and you opened up your RV tent, right? If you need to use your car to get back to town, guess what you're packing? Guess what you've got to tear back down? Your tent. Just get a ground tent or sleep in the car. Trust me, 10 times easier. Unless you got one of those like really expensive, like $5,000 one, I just pop up and pop down. But come on, you really?
Yeah, they got the RVs that kind of like you push the button and they expand out to the size of a remanufactured house and stuff like that, right?
No, just drop water on them.
I just
hey, look, I had a convertible, and I resent the idea that those types of roofs might leak, as mine sits there full of water in the driveway.
The great Rex Bell always said, "Never, ever buy anything with a flat roof." And guess what RVs have?
I'm building a lean-to. I'm making sure that thing is not flat.
I remember because like I was thought about buying something, and everyone was like, "Ooh, don't do that. Rex Bell won't help you fix that." Why? It's a flat roof. He told us no.
When we first moved out to the country from the city, my dad and my mom, they bought a house, and we lived in the second floor. But on the first floor, the living room was like an add-on and had a flat roof on it, so you could go out the second attic. You know, it's like an attic bedroom. You could go out there and stand on it. But we had to tar the crap out of that thing every year, and it constantly leaked all the time. Don't do that because it pools the water and it will leak because water will find any way in. They'll find it.
Yeah. Roof, submarine, water will find a way in.
I finishing up with the RV stuff. I just see that.
I don't know if I call that a submarine, to be honest with you.
I just see like the concept of the
tin can.
I just see the concept of the RV kind of just being the equivalent of like the modern nomad kind of person. The people who don't want to stay in one place for a long time. People just like to move around and not settle into a location, but they want a place that they can go, well, I technically have a home, so they have like they carry the as a RV because they're just not going to stay in one place for long. So they're just moving around the country permanently.
I'd get a PO box somewhere and just drive in a small car and just keep hitting up holiday in to holiday in to holiday in.
Oh, there's those people there's a guy who retired. Did you hear this story? He's planning on retiring and staying in long-term hotels instead of having a house or having a old folks home or whatever, because he says he can save money doing it. He's actually cheaper for him to stay in a hotel than it is to stay in a retirement home or keep his own house and pay the taxes and everything else on it.
Yeah. Was it like someone did like the calculation was even cheaper to be on a cruise? That
would work. Cruising. Yeah, just constantly cruising. Yeah. One after the other.
Yep. Just stay on the cruise.
Because it's like a 2 weeks cruise is like what, $250 or something like that. I mean, it's just not that bad. Yeah. I'm like,
just get off, turn
why are we not doing this every year?
The ride hold it's like, can I get Starlink on a cruise? Look at right now.
I would stay away from the internet for 2 weeks to go on a cruise. I can't talk my wife into it because she's scared of being on a boat. She wants the RV or everywhere. Like, oh man, boat might fall over. The boat. Yeah. And then the Concordia happened, and that's out the window.
Sorry, Jackie, for just crapping on your RV life. We'll bring you on one time to defend RV life. We'll give you 5 minutes.
Christy on to tell us all about Barbie.
Yeah. We gotta get Christy on to talk about Barbie, find out how woke it is or not woke.
I mean, that is fair. You stay on a cruise is fine until you get sick.
Yeah. I never get sick on a cruise. Never get. I'm Navy baby. Let me tell you. I'm from the Navy. I don't get sick on a boat. The cruise ships, the little movements that you might get on a cruise ship is nothing.
Oh no, I'm more thinking of the stupid people who show up sick and get everybody else sick on the cruise because you can't leave.
Yeah.
No, but I'm an introvert. I stay in my room.
That don't mean you don't go to get food.
Oh man, yeah.
You gotta
I
touch
see
a handle
sick.
sometime.
Sick.
You gotta touch a handle sometime.
Reinhold breaks out the
In my
mask
room,
and
have food
gloves.
delivered to my outside the room, and that's what I do in hotels. I just call room service, and I just have food put, or you just call any number of restaurants around the hotel that'll deliver, right? And they just put the food on the ground right there for you, and then you let them leave, and then you go open the door and you get it. So
Yeah, depending on
you
what
never have to
state you're
see
in,
anybody.
you can get your food, you can get booze, and if you're in the right state, you can get little greens sent to you. Sit in a hot tub, get a bottle of champagne, an edible, not even leave the hot tub. It's great. You can get a pizza. Awesome.
I always get a pizza. I
California's
had a pizza
great
when I went to.
sometimes.
I think the last time I traveled was last year at the convention
Mhm.
in Reno, and
Littlest big town.
I had pizza delivered one night. It was really nice. So, had really good pizza.
It's okay. It's okay. If anything, hopefully, the convention will be in Colorado, and everyone can just do shrooms one day, and everyone just come together and hug each other. But so the other thing I wanted to talk about, this is an awful segue, and I don't care, is Gundam Evolution is shutting down.
Mhm.
I'm sad and happy at the exact same time. So Gundam Evolution is a first-person shooter, like hero shooter game based off the Bandai Gundam series. It is an amazing bit of fiction, massive lore, tons of catalog of different mechs or robots, the gigantic robots, aka the mechs, called Gundams in it. And this game that was put out a little quickly. And I can, with a little bit of convincing, I convinced the group to download it and play it and get onto it. And niece even got into it and realized that it was pay to win very quickly. I didn't want to believe it. I wanted to believe no skill will be the day. And then we were playing one night and we just got just hosed by a sniper. And someone bought all the other Gundams, and we're just like, wow, we can't do anything. This is no fun.
Gundam Evolution shutting down isn't surprising because it's officially shut down in November. And it's like a year after release. The issue with the game was that it came out at a time where hero shooters were already on the decline. And the next big one that was coming out was Overwatch 2, which came out and shat itself on release. So besides Overwatch and Paladins, even Paladins is basically like in a corner where they really don't care about it. There wasn't any more hero shooters anymore. Everything turned into battle royales.
The people who didn't like
game's gone.
The people who didn't like Overwatch 2, they just go back and play Overwatch 1. So.
No,
but
you can't play Overwatch 1. That's dead. You can still play Team Fortress, but Team Fortress 2
they did the same thing to Free City 2. They just overwrote Free City 1.
Yep. But it's obvious you could tell that they came up with the idea when Overwatch is super big and all those games are coming out with 5v5 class-based hero shooters, one after the other, even though most of them were not super successful.
They were all ripoffs of Dirty Bomb. I don't want to hear about it. So.
I will get you. I honestly no. Gundam is a huge ripoff of Dirty Bomb more than anything. I will give you that, Reinhold.
Probably.
Actually, worse part, because at least Dirty Bomb, I felt like I could use tactics and stay alive. No, those tactics didn't work in Gundam.
Yeah, the issue with Gundam was that they created a system where the time to kill was super low, where like the highest amount of hit points anybody had was like 1,200, and then snipers are doing 500, 600 a shot. Yeah. So characters were just melting like tissue paper from just stray bullets. So it's the game as a whole could have been way better if they just either reduce the amount of damage everything did or increase the health pool by everything significantly more. But as it said, a game came out at a time where that version of those kind of games were dead. It decided that it wanted to be to go the Fortnite way and try to make battle passes you have to pay things for to get all the characters and all the new stuff, and
Mhm.
to the point where when the new ones came out, you don't even get to try it in the training area until you until just recently, where they added you could try out every Gundam in the training area.
Yeah.
So even if you bought one, if you bought it and you didn't like it, well, you were just SOL
Yeah.
because you spent the money on it. It's the queues got super high.
Mhm.
There's a lot of stuff that made that game not good, and
Now
it
they can put out a good version, right?
they won't.
They will. Well, that's the other thing with it. It's because a lot of things was like they clear cash grab, like because every skin, really anything to unlock with it, you have this massive, terrible grind schedule to unlock anything, which is like playing the game. Because like I have no issue about paying money for a game. I've put money in, even into Paladins. I've dumped money into this game, but that is after like I've put hundreds of hours into this game, going like, okay, I like this game. This game has pulled me in. I like this character that I'm playing. I want to buy a skin for this character because I play it all that. But I'm not gonna like. I just put 6 hours into this. I'm not gonna, if this game even had like a $25 pricing to even get into the game, I would never have bought it.
Mm-mm.
The only reason I'm here because it's a free to play game. I'm willing to give it any space. But even like the maps were limited, the guns were limited. It just I never, the only Gundam in the whole thing that made me feel like I had a Gundam was Barbatos. This is the
Stun,
only time
murder.
I felt I had a Gundam. The funnels barely felt like because like it just feels like the other person who had it just didn't, like, none of the things felt like Gundams or like anything in the Gundam universe, and it just it was it was very sad cash grab, and because I really wanted the game to be good. Because I enjoy playing with my friends and playing in like a shooter, like and doing these type of games, and I really love Gundam. I love mechs, and I really wanted it to work. And I don't know about you guys, but like I believe it was one of the first ones who dropped it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Escalja actually downloaded it but never played it.
No.
he literally just had it on his old computer and he just
Yeah.
never touched it.
Yeah.
But like I probably played the most of that game
Mhm.
out of everybody.
Mhm.
And even then it was more of just like I found the two characters that I enjoyed,
Mhm.
and the rest of it was just like, all right, cool. Everything else is kind of dumb. Or hey, this character is super busted and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
But it also feels very timely that they're ending it now, especially with the announcements of Armored Core 6 and all the Armored Core stuff that's coming out, which is another mech-based action game that isn't a team-based shooter.
Right.
Which
And Armor Core has never been a massive cash grab. It is usually like and it's a little bit more like sophisticated. They try to make a very sophisticated like mech game, making you deal with weights, power consumption, and allow you to customize your mechs. And so mech, and then it has a slightly larger fan and a very overlapping fan base with Gundam. Some of the new fans of which is Mercury who aren't mecha fans, but welcome to the
hey,
genre.
some of them would be. Some of them can be. Sir, you haven't watched it yet.
I have not. I am a little concerned because some of the Gundam people like hate it, but I don't know. Is it because the drama that's in it? I don't want no spoilers. Don't spoil it for people.
No,
Don't spoil it.
I won't.
But
let's just say it fits into both the genres. It handles exactly as you would expect it to.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the Gundam thing is very sad. It was also one of the the Namco Bandai things they like to do when they don't know what to do with a property and they just release just random games for it for no reason. Like the what was it? The DB's like the Dragon Ball Fighters or whatever, where it was the 1 versus like 8, where one person was the villain and it was a battle royale where it was a everybody versus one game because they just needed people to keep paying attention to Dragon Ball.
Honestly, that could work. Okay.
Oh, it didn't.
Yeah.
No, it didn't.
I think S4 League, which was another back in the day hero shooter, when they did it, they made it work because it was more of the main person, right, who's playing the villain. You can't kill him. You know, they just had a massive damage pool counter. He can kill you, but you can't kill him. And the whole match was just like, can you get him up to so much damage before everyone dies?
But everybody was roughly on the same. They had the same set of mechanics and stuff.
Correct. Everyone's same mechanics, same power levels.
Even the
like
boss,
that.
even the boss had the same mechanics.
Mhm.
But the Dragon Ball one was literally one person plays Cell while everybody else was just like fucking Oolong and just random human characters. So there was no power level comparisons.
Yeah. Well, at least at S4 League, it was like everyone's basically the same. You was basically like, can you like just which was fun because it's like it's a good way to get good. When you're having to fight all these people, you can't die, but you've got to fight them off you.
Right.
It did show the power of the sword because you get in too close, you can just wombo combo people, especially if you're not willing about dying, but you can take damage. You can just wombo combo two people.
Yeah, it's when they don't have ideas on things, they just like to pump out games for it. Like, how many Dynasty Warrior games have there been? And how many have them have been like trash?
All of them
because
great.
they changed the premise.
Oh,
but then they go, all right, here's the deal. We need another Dynasty Warriors game. What franchise can we use? Persona? Yeah, let's do a Persona Dynasty Warriors game.
There is not a Persona.
Yes,
Dynasty.
there is.
Oh, God.
There's a Persona 5 Dynasty Warriors game.
Stop this cap.
Yeah, there's a Persona 5 Dynasty Warriors game. There's Persona 5. There's 2 Legend of Zelda ones.
Oh my God. Why
there
would
was
you make it Persona 5? Oh my God, they did make it.
I told you. Yeah, when they run out of ideas, they want to just keep pumping out Dynasty Warriors games. So they just pick a franchise and go, boom, here's the Dynasty Warriors version of it. Have fun.
Okay, all right. This is fine. This is fine. Actually, this is fine.
I mean, they did it with Gundam.
Hey, that was
they
good.
made a Gundam Dynasty Warriors game.
Bought both of them. It was great. I loved it. It was amazing. You should try it.
I know you did. We played it together.
I loved it. Still not. So, like, one of my favorite Gundam games is what is it? Battlefront. All right, because like Gundam, when they make a single player game, oh God, it's just like Journey to Zaburo. Oh, we bored you right home.
No, something happened. I just had to take care of it. Something fell. I didn't mean for it to fall. I was just trying to adjust something. My bad.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's fine. We'll get off this and go. Okay.
Well,
fine,
I mean,
fine.
the last mech game that I played was Virtual World back in 1995 or something like that. It was actually Mech Warrior. You go to the mall. They had the Virtual World thing. You get inside the mech, and you had all the power buttons. You had to manage all that stuff. It was really fun. So,
man, you would have liked the original Steel Battalion games. Because they literally have a controller that's just a console, and you said to control it manually like that. You would love the classic Steel Battalion game, not the Kinect ones. That one was ass, but it
just sounds to me like this was more arcadey.
Yeah,
not very realistic.
No.
Yeah, I do like when I see those Mech Warrior cabinets. I know what you're talking about. I've been in one of those. Love them. When those cabinets come up on eBay for sale, like, oh man, should I buy this?
We used to have to drive up. We drove up to Chicago Pier because that was when they first had it. And that was the first edition trial type of one. And then they came out with this whole virtual world thing where you could actually have more than just Mech Warrior playing. You could have other games, but it was an experience. You go into this place and you had to go through a training thing and you do this stuff, and it was just like you were. Like that, the whole experience was part of the game, and not just getting in there and doing the game part. So, and then they had like contests and things like that, where you could like tournaments that you could play tournaments and stuff like that, weekly tournaments that you could be in. It was really good. So those were the days back when arcades still existed.
He still exists. We got Boss
Yeah.
Battle.
I haven't been had a
I
chance
mean-
to get upstairs, so I don't know.
But that's also
I heard that they were selling some of their stuff off.
They've got so much stuff now. They have extra stuff.
which makes sense.
They have a massive warehouse full of stuff.
I had thought about buying a 1-up game, one of those 1-up console, like half-height consoles.
Hey, if
So
you're
I went and looked at it.
Mhm.
I went and looked at one, and I was like, okay, let me pull up Galaga, and I realized that they had the buttons on the wrong side on the cabinet from the original. And I just put my hands up and walked away. Nope, can't do
Well,
it.
if you talk to the guys at Boss Battle, you're looking to buy a cabinet or try to get something like that, if they know about it or seem like that, they might be able to help you or point you in the right direction, or to make sure you're buying like the right thing. You're not getting screwed over.
I mean, and also if we're talking about Boss Battle, it's also really cool that they have an emulator cabinet that just has a bunch of cabinets that they couldn't get. So it's just like, cool. Here's a bunch of games you just want to play it, and there's a cabinet with the buttons and controls.
Yeah, I got a cousin-in-law who he bought one, but he bought it from this vintage place in Indy somewhere, in a kind of bougie place. But it's actual full-size cabinet, but it's emulated. It's got all the games on it, right? So you got like 50 games you can put on the thing, but it was still done with the buttons were in the right place. Let's put it that way. It was like a real console.
Right. So let's move to the meat of our today, because especially Reinhold really wants to talk about it. I don't know about you. I'm kind of happy. This is great. This is an amazing thing. Twitter's dead. Thank Jesus. Twitter's dead. Twitter is dead.
Hardly knew.
Good. Finally dead. It's great. But
yeah, apparently it was actually really dead.
Yeah, that's true. It's not really dead. So what is it? Earlier this week, this thing is being recorded on the 24th of July, that Monday, Elon Musk, we still call them tweets now.
No, he said you're to call them X's.
All right, so
I spent an X.
he was up late night, Xing by himself, Xing himself. He sent out an X to about this whole change. Like, he's renaming it, new logo, and he put up the logo.
Oh, the best part was the outsourced. He's like, anybody out there comes up with a good logo, we'll use it. It's like, oh, so instead of paying a company who knows what they're doing $20,000 to come up with a good logo for you, you're outsourcing that to the community. It's cool.
Drives up height. It's not going to use it either.
Crazy.
It's fine. So Elon Musk has, and this is the part of the plan. A lot of people are like, look at him, he's playing this 3D, but anyway, this 4D chess. But anyway, so Elon Musk had bought Twitter because the idea is because they always have this idea to having an everything app, the X app for everything. So they have your payment processor, tickets, everything inside this one app. Everything's going to be inside this thing. This is the idea of converting Twitter from like a short microblogging to the everything app, to almost mimic in China, which they have is which is like WeChat. They use WeChat for everything. They pay their landlords, pay their bills. You use WeChat to even get on the bus system. You just want to. It's very convenient. And everything can go this one app. But trying to do that in the United States and do it like that, I don't know. I think we're going to find out
there's already problems.
Oh yeah.
I can get into some serious things.
Oh please, no. I'm going on because the thing I don't want to get into, because to me, I think this is. I understand what he's trying to do and the play. I also understand the the real shock to the system to those other people, because I really feel that like the internet is being shucken up. Everything is being changed, and I think the everything being free model is going away now. You may have to pay for different things to me, it's like I barely use Twitter to begin with. I mostly just use it to keep up on alerts from businesses, and I can't do that now. And I can easily find another method. Just Twitter was just easier because I can use the knowledge of like the of all the cybersecurity professionals, but like we're in a matrix chat now, so I'm good. I've got matrix chat. So long, suckers. Thank you.
There's always going to be a free-ish version of things like that on the internet. So that's people try. That's what happened with podcasting, is people were trying to wall garden and centralize, that sort of thing, and it didn't work because people are like, nah, I can just still use this app and go get all my stuff I want. I don't need to pay you or anything. What am I getting out of it?
Mm-hmm.
And away it goes.
Yep. Yeah,
but I don't know if you want me to get into some
go
things.
Ahead. Go.
First of all, he could have done all that stuff without changing the name to X. There's a reason why he changed the name to X. And he's always gone down this road, even back in the day. He bought X.com for like $1 million, and he desperately wants to use it for something. He tried to turn PayPal into X.
Yep.
And all the marketing people are like, you're an idiot. No. Because they were already starting to use PayPal, say, I'm PayPaling you the money. And he was trying to get him to change it to say, I'm Xing you the money. And everybody, all the people there are just like, yeah, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So it didn't work out, and he ended up selling, getting bought out and everything else, blah, blah, blah. But he's always had this in the back of his mind. That's why this payment processing thing he's talking about, it's still there in his head. He still wants to do what he was trying to do before. He's still trying to recapture all of that.
It's even more hilarious, the fact that Meta has the trademark on X.
That was the other thing I was going to talk about.
Meta has the trademark on X.
There's a trademark for X. No, there's a trademark for X for use in social media. In social media, the trademark X is owned by Meta.
God, what?
Yep.
How can you trademark the letter X, first off?
You can trademark anything. People think you can trademark Libertarian Party. I mean, it's fun stuff.
Here, have you? We've talked about how corrupt the trademarking.
That's true.
Yeah, but it says right here, it appears Instagram and Facebook owner Meta holds the trademark for X as it relates to online social networking services in the field of entertainment, gaming, and application development.
Nice.
Yeah. It's so stupid.
Oh man,
it doesn't get funnier. This is like the peak comedy is when that's the thing. As soon as Elon announced that he wanted to buy Twitter, not when he bought it, but when he announced and all of that nonsense happened, and then he tried to back out of it, and the court said, no, you can't really back out of it. He's like, fine, okay, I guess I'll buy it. And now he's trying to not pay the people who at the company that he bought that got the lawsuit. He's got like a $100 million lawsuit there, trying not to pay a bunch of his bills there, because when Twitter was fighting him about this, and he was saying, I'm not going to buy it now. So Twitter hired this company to fight the lawsuit. Well, when you buy a company, you take on the debt of the company. So now this company that he's trying not to buy is suing, is in court, and they changed their fee from so much an hour to just a flat fee of a bunch of money, right? So as a percentage of whatever of the sale was or something like that. So now he comes on, now he's got to pay those people the money that for the work of suing him to buy the company. And he's not liking that. So he's trying to get out of paying it. And it's just a whole funny thing there. But this whole thing has been hilarity from step one, and how anybody at this point, after everything's going on, can think that he is intelligent in any way is beyond me.
It's the fact that it came from the things that he was talking about before Twitter. A lot of people didn't have a firm understanding on. So all the things he was talking about to the layman's, they thought he was talking intelligently because they didn't have a full grasp on it. When he was talking about electric cars and all the ways he's messed that up, a lot of people don't really know that much about cars, especially electric cars.
Mhm.
So their perception of this guy talking about it, they think he's intelligent because he's one of the few people that are publicly shoving his face in the front of, I'm fronting electric cars. So everybody believed what he was saying because they didn't understand it.
Mhm.
The same thing happened with, SpaceX.
The X again. He loves the X, baby.
All the SpaceX stuff is just what
Oh, man.
I know he wanted to change SpaceX to just X.com so he could just use it.
Yeah.
He's had that domain name, and it's been in a crawl in his side forever.
But a lot of people
before
don't
his
know,
implants,
right?
Before he got the hair implants.
Oh,
But
man.
people didn't know about the physics and
the thing is,
math
he
of
didn't
rocket.
really know about it either. He was
No.
listening to other people telling him.
Exactly.
And he was
That's
going
my
out and
point.
being the showman. He was being the
That's
Barnum
my
and
point.
Bailey of all of this.
Right, and that's my point. But because he's going into to Twitter, which is just programming, and there's like how many programmers about that people know of and have seen, and they can just go, "Oh, this is stupid," and then everybody can they could show their work of, this is why it's stupid. Here's how he's messing this up. Oh, here's this. There's literally was an extension app that somebody programmed to remove the rate of how many tweets you can view, and it made Twitter run better for people who downloaded it because the guy was a better programmer than the people who were programming Twitter. So it just made Twitter better by having that app.
Yeah, there's a
extension
website you can go
on
to
your
now,
desktop.
and it actually works better than going to the regular web page.
Yeah, it's one of those things of now it's so blatantly obvious and visible because it is a public facing company that he's doing stuff, and everybody can look at him doing stuff and have a real-time reaction to it and understand how it's changing because they've been set in their ways of, this is how Twitter was, and now he's changing it. Compared to, a car guy knows that he's lying about electric cars and treating cars terribly and ruining the electric car market. But people who don't like cars, to see electric cars help the environment, this guy's pushing electric cars, I'm gonna follow this guy.
Yeah. Now, I will say Elon Musk and Tesla did the one good thing. It was shake up a lot of the auto manufacturers to help pull the direct manufacturer to bypass the greedy, awful dealerships. I will give kudos to Tesla and Elon Musk for that.
Yeah, there was an article out the other day saying in order for Tesla to save itself, it needs to go back to the old time car buying model. Because
No,
it's not working the way he's doing it now.
because he's too slow. He's bad at it. He's bad. What is the number one thing you shouldn't do to prove that your concept car has a shatterproof glass?
That was so fucking funny. You know about that, Ryan? Hold on, I'm assuming you do.
I do not know about that.
He was
Yes,
showing
that
off a car that the glass is shatterproof, and he proceeds to break the glass on stage.
I think I remember hearing about that now that you mentioned
Yep.
it.
Breaks the glass on stage.
It's like Trump. There's so many things that you forget about, a bunch of it, because you can't keep it all.
Right, you can't
Something
keep it
new all the time.
Well, it's the same thing like the Tesla truck or the Teslas is like, well, with caravan mode, it's going to be, it's with automated driving, it's going to be financial suicide to buy anything besides a Tesla because you're just going to rent your car out, let it drive around the city. And I still talk to people who think that, like, well, Teslas don't even require maintenance, and I'm like, are you serious? What doesn't have an engine or transmission? Yeah. You do maintenance.
They have
on
a
your
moving
car.
part.
Yeah, you do more maintenance on your car than just your engine and transmission.
Exactly,
So,
Scout.
yeah, you have coolants for those batteries. You have brake pads. Well, you don't use the brake pads as much. It's like, I don't know. You know how heavy this
But
thing
you're also
is?
using those brake pads for recharging, so there's more detail and things to break during that. And if your functionality of the brake that's charging up the engine fails and causes the brakes to fail, That's not good. So, didn't they just deliver the first truck or something like a couple days ago or something like that?
I think
The first Cybertruck.
They finally rolled one of these ugly monstrosities off the line. It's okay. This remember like the whole like the Tesla semi, the Pepsi bought, the huge deal, like how this revolution is going to change everything, and see how that noise just kind of like quieted down.
Yeah, we're just going to have driverless trucks driving on the interstates.
Yep.
That's going to be a good idea.
So Nostalgia in the chat is talking about the truck, and apparently the doors were visibly misaligned on the new truck that they rolled off the line.
I've seen some car shows where if you have that alignment off, they take cards. And if it's off just a little bit, they make the guys do the doors again because they got to be perfect.
Yeah,
for that price. Like I said, like the Teslas, I would forgive. Like it's got like. It does a great job, but for this price point, it puts it in a different category, and it will be judged as such.
Yeah, if it was a $15,000, $20,000 sedan, that looks jank, looks like a Yugo, it's fine as long as it's electric. But still,
yeah, if it's in Toyota Camry Corolla pricing, I'll forgive it, right? But you're not. That is not Corolla pricing. You get the six figures. So these lines have to be fit.
Ferrari lines.
Yeah, they have to. These things have to align. These things have to work. And if it doesn't, it's just it's like
it's just a DeLorean at that point.
Oh man, I saw one driving around the other day.
The only reason anybody drives a DeLorean is just because of the movie. They were already being hilariously laughed at when the movie got made. That was part of the joke of the movie. Like, you made a time machine out of a DeLorean? That was a joke. How bad they were.
Everybody wants them now.
Yeah, because of the movie. That's it. The only reason.
Don't worry.
You'll see people driving around in Edsel.
Skyja posted the link about the truck in the Discord. So whenever you get a chance, that's fair. So
but yeah. So the idea of having an app for everything, like the massive app for everything, and the idea of tying things to like one of my social media presence, stuff like that, I'm cool. I don't want this. I don't don't like the idea of wall gardens and centralization, because that's essentially seem like what they kind of want to do. Like the X is the everything, trying to make this reach up at the United States. It's just like, it makes me want to go back to cash so much faster.
It just makes me think of the what was it? The social credits.
Yeah, social credit score. Yeah.
That's all that makes me think of is just having a social credit score, and they can just track everything you do with this all-in-one app. So if like whatever you're doing, they know exactly what you've purchased and why you've purchased it and what you looked up and all that fun stuff.
Yeah,
like,
Amazon.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
Whoa. You're either on Jeff Bezos' side or you are getting.
I'm for one support Lex Luthor and all of LexCorp. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know, right? You get it, LexCorp. Yeah, at least Jeff Bezos is the billionaire that's has taken over everything and just kindly shut up and just bought a news organization.
He's cool, just on his yacht, just chilling. He doesn't, he's not trying to push a bunch of crap.
Yeah,
compared to Elon Musk trying to be Batman, but he's Batman of Ur and Zah.
The problem with social media being owned by these companies, so Amazon is just selling stuff. They don't, it's just a big warehouse. They sell stuff, whatever. They don't have to manufacture people coming constantly to the site, right? You go to the site when you need stuff. Whereas Meta and X, whatever. I mean, now we're saying Meta and X when it used to be Facebook and Twitter, but it's the same thing anyway. They're just trying to rebrand it, but they're just trying to get people eyeballs on their stuff all the time so they can sell you ads. It's it's like TV in that point, and it's so they have to just try to manipulate you to come back, and that's the frustrating part, is that they're not good at it.
Right. And which I really hate is the people that refuse to leave these places. Dear leader, Why won't you leave? Why would you let us leave? You've proven and you have showed us that you can't market and do anything on Facebook, yet you force us to be there to chat and talk with you. Why can't we leave?
Our fan group is private, right?
Right.
So
Like that could easily be a Matrix chat or an IRC channel or anything else. It's
he'd
like
have to put an app on his phone, and he doesn't want to do that. That's another thing to check.
he's already no, he can do it through the browser. You can do Matrix, you can okay, he's on iPhone, so you can't I don't think there's a Matrix one for that. But yeah.
He's there. It's easy. He doesn't want to change. He's probably got 50 freaking chats on Facebook Messenger. Well, he doesn't want to load another client to check a separate chat.
It just scrolls through them all, and it's mildly frustrating because it's like, and so like even like Gunther's like summer camp, like the main thing they communicate through is Facebook, and it's like I just got to get through the summer.
Now,
and
if you want
to, and I'm this close. So like if she really wants to do some more stuff with them, I'm like, I'm going to help you out. I'm going to make you a website. I'm going to make it so you communicate there. Why? Because I don't want to go to Facebook to find out what the F is going on with your stuff. They even have an app. I downloaded their app thinking they were going to communicate through there. No, not their app, not their phone, not email, just the Facebook group.
If you want an everything app, you need an everything app for a specific function. You need an everything app for social media. What you need, you remember when we were having all these different IM chat things, right? AOL chat and all this other chat.
Trillion.
And then coming out with clients that would let you have one single chat app, but all your different chats were in it. Yeah. And you can have all those conversations. I can't remember the name of it. Digby or something like Digsby was one of them.
It was Trillion. And then there
Trillion was one, and Digsby was another.
Yeah,
but that's what they need for social media. What I want for social media is what I used to have.
We have one.
I could just put one. Where you just
go
to the website or go to the app, and it will pull up all of your different social media in one place,
Pigeon,
like one single feed.
Pigeon,
combine it all.
Yeah,
Pigeon doesn't work anymore because the social media sites kept preventing them from doing it. You can't do the Twitter can't be joined into Pigeon anymore because they blocked all that stuff.
Right. Well, yeah, you used to be able to even communicate through Facebook without even getting to Facebook, but they walled that garden off. And it's the main reason a lot of people in VR chat really like, do not trust Meta whatsoever. Like we don't trust you.
Right.
Thanks for the cheap headsets, but back off.
A great example of centralizing. You remember when there were just a bunch, like a ton of launchers for games. You had to have these specific launchers to play these games, and if you don't, you can't play them.
Right.
You know what's been happening? All those games that were on these specialty launchers are now on Steam, and you can just use Steam. These EA games you needed Origin for? Yeah, they're on Steam now. Ubisoft, Steam. Overwatch, Steam. It's on Steam.
Can you get Fortnite on Steam yet? Can you? I don't think you can get Fortnite on Steam yet.
Yeah, not until Jeff Bezos buys Steam. Then it will.
The reason he doesn't buy Steam is because he knows if he does, Valve won't release anymore. Hey, look, he's waiting for Half-Life 3 to buy Steam. He's like, once that drops, their prices are gonna go through the roof. Yeah. Jaywalking Steam. That's what Steam has basically become, except for like the Epic launcher. But nobody talks about the Epic launcher anymore.
Correct. And that's the other thing with Steam. Like Steam may do some bad things, but they also have built up a lot of trust, and it's a very delicate trust because I know I'm not the only person that at a moment's notice they sniff a bad thing coming from Steam. All my Steam library will be converted to GOG really quick. Like, nope. Some of the games I really love, I already converted to GOG. It's like, no, I took your little Steam crap out of it. Thanks, Steam. Appreciate it. But it's those things that. All right, so GOG, what is it? What's it?
Good old games.
Good old games. Yeah. What it does is basically allows you to actually show give you your ownership of your games, because technically using the Steam thing like that, you technically don't own it at that point, because you need Steam and to be online most of the time to hit the DRM for it to be able to access your game to go online. It's not that intrusive. The DRM through Steam is not that intrusive. But it still requires some sort of online component once in a while. You can go in offline mode. I forget for how long without having to get back online to access your library. I think it's like 7 days, but eventually you need to get back online again. But if you do it through GOG, that requirement is gone, and you can still access that game through Steam.
Mhm.
You know, it's like I said, it's that goodwill of Steam allowing that to happen. Like you can buy it through Steam and convert to GOG.
Wasn't there some stuff that GOG did that had a bunch of people boycotting them about 5-6 years ago?
I have no idea.
There was a whole big thing about it where people are like, "I'm not going to use GOG anymore because blah blah blah." We go back to Steam. I can't remember what it was though. So.
But
I'll have to look it up.
Here's the other thing about Steam. Valve is the most hands-off gaming company, right? And the reason Steam works is because they don't put their hands in it. Same with CS:GO. The reason CS:GO was so good for so long, they just let it be. And then when people complained enough, they're like, "Here's an update. Leave us alone."
Right.
Well, if Valve is still hands off, they won't publish games and stuff that they want.
Exactly. That's why we're still on Dota 2. That's why we're still on Dota 2. It's been how long?
Yeah, they allow other people to take their source and do things with it. Like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
If you want to make a continuation of a fan story, go ahead.
Yeah,
you want to use it to make money? Sure, that's fine.
Yeah, Valve has finally counted to 2 with CS:GO, so we're getting CS:GO 2.
Yeah,
but they purposely made it CS:GO 2, not CS3, because there's CS Source and then CS:GO. So this is technically CS:GO 3. This is definitely CS3.
Well, it's CS:GO 2.
Yeah.
It was CS and CS:GO. Now CS:GO 2.
That's how they don't count to 3.
And if you watch people play it, there's not much difference.
No, it's not.
It's just better utilized. Yeah, it's a different engine. It's better utilized. That's about it.
Yeah, it's basically the same game, but in a better engine that just feels better.
Yeah, I think you can still use all the old maps.
Yeah, that's just the thing is Valve is so hands off on all their stuff that it allows enough goodwill out of it because they're not always in there tweaking and touching stuff they shouldn't touch.
Or trying to get more money out of you all the time.
That's just called the Steam sale.
But you get good deals on the Steam sale. I don't know how they're making money off those deals. Some of them are really good. I hardly ever buy a game straight out anymore. It's like I'll wait till the Steam sale comes out and I'll get it for 40% off, 50% off, 90% off.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't necessarily but because I don't do it either. Because also at this point, I'm at that age where I can't play a game. We are way off on our tangent now. We were super way off. The point of this thing we're going to get to back on the X app. Anyways, let's circle back to the X app. But yeah,
the X app's going to be a launcher for all your games.
Oh,
it's going to be
a game launcher too.
Yeah, why not?
Just watch out for the video service. It's probably better not to go to that one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, what's the website for the video service?
I don't know. I don't think I can say it on here.
Should I search for an X? And
no. I would suggest not.
Put videos after, right?
Not doing that. Avoid their ticker too. Avoid their stock ticker too. It's important to avoid that one.
Do they have a movie coming out? Triple X.
Yeah, starring Vin Diesel, obviously.
Oh God! Oh.
And then the sequel's gonna have Ice Cube.
Yeah. What the other thing that gets me is the same people that rail against the central bank digital currency love this XApp thing. It also gets me oh, this is great. I'm like, but you just rail against the central bank digital currency.
Well,
but
you got to remember the reason why is they see that Elon is one of them. That's what they think. Yeah, they also think that RFK Jr. is one of them too, but that's another whole story. But because you see all these people who are talking about you shouldn't do this, and they're all paying $8 a month for Twitter Pro.
Yeah, Twitter.
Well, no, X for X Pro, whatever.
For X Pro. I'm an X Pro. I'm an expert.
terrible.
Honestly, if he would have called it Espers, you could all just be Esper, like a hidden arrow with my psychic, and then you Neuralink. It just set it up for that.
Oh my
So we're all
God.
just Espers. I may have got me with this, but this whole X thing, it's like I'm good. I'm not. I really do not want to put the letter X in my web browser just in case anyone's behind me. Like,
he's also going to come out with a news media site. It's called Espresso.
Just gonna keep making these. This is what you're doing.
I get 1 billion of them.
He's like, what do you think I've been doing all day? I've been writing X puns.
X puns, the X train,
X-ray.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, I heard they're releasing the new Marvel movie on it. It's the X-Men movie.
No man, it's gonna come.
Gonna do a revision exam.
Terrible.
My new top level domain X, so it's gonna be the XX. X.X.X. Oh man,
So stupid.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. I don't like, for me, Twitter has just become looking at it from the outside looking in, because I didn't even use it when it was Twitter. Now it's X. I care even less. It's just, I know that Twitter was what it was used for a lot of people, was promotion of their art, and it sucks for a lot of artists that Twitter's kind of, becoming X and catching fire.
Back to Tumblr.
Right, basically. As I told you, there's a lot. I've seen so many more Tumblr posts for no reason. And it's just like, oh, they've remigrated back to where they came from. Nature is healing.
Nature is healing. This is good. This is good. Maybe we all should go back to MySpace.
I'm telling you, revert back to MySpace.
Revert back to MySpace.
Reject modernity, return to MySpace.
It's or like, should we just jump now to GeoCities if everything's going back? Should we all just go back to GeoCities?
No, let's go to MySpace. That way we can at least learn coding. Get a bunch of people who don't know how to code to code. Rhino never left GeoCities.
He probably did.
He's like, no, I haven't actually. It's one of my 80 tabs I have up at all times.
Okay, that's terrible. Anyways, before this episode gets too long in the tooth, I need to. I did not get the rice cooker on before I started this, so I've got to finish cleaning the rice and get the rice cooker set up so I can have rice in the morning. So we got to wrap this up. Final words, Vincent.
I just think that social media is super annoying. Find the thing that works for you. If it's Discord, if it's Twitter, if it's X or whatever it's called now. It's whatever you find your group of people and hang out there. I mean, when I get home from work, I end up having to clear like 80 channels of notifications on Discord from all the Discords I'm in. So,
Brian Holt?
I just put everything on Discord on mute anyway. So if I want to go someplace, I'll look at it. If somebody wants to get a hold of me, they know how to IM me or get a hold of me that way, right? So if it's anything important, I'm not gonna check it.
I was waiting for him to put his PO box up.
Here's my old BBS number. So I just think it's hilarious that watching the downfall of the once great Elon Musk. It's
never great.
Hilarious to watch. It reminds me. I will go back to watch the ERB with Musk versus Zuckerberg. It's just like Musk was portrayed as this walking god. He did blah, blah, and it's just like, no, he's just this stupid nerd, just as bad as Zuckerberg is, and they both just take credit for other people's work anyway. So,
twice the pride, double the fall.
I mean, so does Steve Jobs. So it doesn't, so it's like, what you can do, right?
Well, hey, at least he had Wozniak.
That's what I'm saying. He stole from good people. He stole from people who were smart. So that was the key, right?
Yeah, that's the thing.
At least when Bill Gates stole, changed it with some intelligence on his part. He actually did some coding on his end to make it work.
Allegedly. Allegedly. We here don't denigrate billionaires on this channel.
Hey, if you haven't watched Pirates of Silicon Valley, it's available,
which is alleged.
at the
opinion.
No, all facts. It's a factual documentary. They follow the people
in
around.
Minecraft.
But it's on the archive website, the Internet Archive. You can go watch.
Reinhold's going to get us all permanently banned from Windows. I need those drivers, Reinhold. Game Analytics sucks.
No, I actually pay for my suite, sir. I had to buy Word.
You bought Word?
I had to.
Wow.
Well, I pay for Office 365. So.
Mm-hmm.
Did you?
So I get Word and Publisher and everything.
All those obviously, but I had to buy Word.
Wow.
Except Visio, you have to pay extra for Visio because Visio is not included in the stupid suite.
I make work pay for my Visio license.
I do too. I had to put special request in for it, but I do get it.
I love lording over people when I have to make a diagram in Visio. They're like, "How are you doing that? It's Visio. Can I have it? Are you on a Mac? Yeah, no. Too bad. But hey, come to Windows.
I do have a complaint. I went to do some work for a company, and I was like, "Well, just download the Active Directory topology diagrammer," which is a great tool that Microsoft put out about 10 years ago that would use Visio and go to Active Directory and pull all this information in and create these great diagrams for you.
Mm-hmm.
Then they didn't update it for years, and apparently it's been pulled, so you can no longer download it from their website.
Yeah.
I'm very upset.
Yeah.
So now I have to go look on my old hard drives to find the copy of the MSI so that I can continue to use it because it was awesome.
Nice. Well, good luck with that. Hopefully you get a NAS and centralize your storage of things, and maybe use some deduper to help you out with that. Anyways,
it's irritating. I know I'm just going to ramble here for a minute on Microsoft hate, but
no. Anyway, thanks everyone for coming to this. My one thing I would tell you: remember, the only everything app that you need is your web browser. Secure your web browser. Have a good functioning web browser. This is the only everything app that you need. If you can't get it through the web browser or the terminal, well, don't download it. Piece of crap. Awful. But thank you everyone who has been listening to it. If you made it this far of the episode, we thank you. You can listen to anything else in the world, but you decided to listen to this. You're an amazing person. You're awesome. This episode and this show is a live podcast. It starts off at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday. So please come join us, hang out live with us, send some chats with us, hang out with us. These people that we talk to that are coming in the chat, they're not paying us money. We're not one of those podcasts that make people give us money to talk to us. No, we just talk to our chat room. So please come out and hang out with us. We enjoy that you listen to us in podcast form, but we prefer you to come out and hang out with us live on Monday nights. You can find us on twitch.com/we are libertarians, and also on youtube.com/we are libertarians. Come hang out with us live. It's a lot of fun.
We're usually done by 10 o'clock.
Yeah, usually. I think next week we're probably gonna throw in a little bit of Reinhold Explain and a couple of different things. But I want to thank everyone for coming out, and good night. So good night, everybody.
I guess.